Welcome to the Luke Belmar Vault. We have a treasure trove of valuable content waiting to be discovered, including voice audios, videos, and more. Whether you're a fan of old or new content, you'll find plenty of Luke Belmar gems here. Don't miss out, there's valuable content to be shared. Good luck.
Here's the formula. Write this down. Write this down. Write this down. Let me know if you're writing this down. Once you're ready, I'll let you guys know. So as I spoke to this $200 million a year entrepreneur, he mentioned the concept of succeeding in business. There we go. Matrix attack has been cease and desist. We are back in business. He mentioned 3 aspects of building a successful business. Number one, very simple. You need to plan. Plan. How many times in your business, before either you test a product in e-commerce, before you test an idea, how much time do you spend planning? How much time do you spend, developing your war plan? How much time do you spend planning by understanding the marketplace and by understanding the ecosystem that you're in? Most of you guys are very impulsive, right? You're not proactive, you're reactive in the business place. But if you want to succeed in business, you need to understand that reactiveness is an impulse. You cannot conduct business off of impulse, because impulse means that you're conducting business off of chance. You cannot leave business up to chance. You need to leave it up to probabilities. And probabilities can be controlled based off of your positioning. That's number one. Number two, you need to test. Test is number 2, but inside testing, it also implies execution. So once you have your plan, you need to execute on a timely fashion based off of what? Based off of the thesis that you've put together or your business plan. Most of you guys have not developed a business plan, let alone you spend time executing on that plan. You spend time scrolling on the internet, you spend time gaining information, but unless you do, right, you're not going to be able to achieve success. There are those that think, and then there's those that act. If you want to make money, you need to act, right? You need to do something with the information and the knowledge that you have. So once you plan, then you execute. And finally, this is the most important thing. Cigar went out. I'll light it up afterwards once we're done. And finally, you have to iterate. You need to be able to understand that iteration is the key to mastery and the key to perfecting your craft. Test is important, but iteration is what causes perfection. Iteration is what causes perfection. You must be able to consistently and effectively reiterate the plan that has been executed so that you can refine your craft. That is the difference between a professional and an amateur. A professional learns from his mistakes. A professional learns from his errors. A professional learns from the market that he's involved in, and he iterates and he adapts to what? Build a stronghold in the marketplace so that he can have what? One word, ladies and gentlemen, one very important word. Master predictability. Master predictability. You do not want to build a business that is volatile. You can't build a business off of volatility. It's not sustainable. That's why a lot of you guys that do direct-to-consumer brands, that you do e-commerce, you do affiliate marketing, you do Amazon FBA, you don't have predictable models, so you cannot, really predict your cash flow. It's not easy to do. I'm not saying that it's easy, but the formula exists, right? And over the last couple of weeks, as I sit with these fucking giants in the business space, people that have done $700 million in sales, $5 billion of assets under management, dudes that are out here trading against banks, really making fucking moves, I've been extremely humbled. Because I've done well in crypto, I've done well in e-commerce, but I haven't been in a situation whereby it makes me want to get back in the game. I'll be honest with you guys. Like when I sit down with these ballers, I'm humbled by the fact that there's levels to the levels. You know, the moment you make $10 million, you're like, okay, I'm set. Perfect. That's cool. Yes, I understand. You know, I had some people make fun of me when I talked about this idea of making $5 million in a day. Like, oh, well, that's, and I said, that's chump change. And they're like, well, how is it chump change? I'm not saying I make $5 million every single day. Like, don't get me wrong. That's not a viable way of processing information. But instead of, you know, acting almighty and all strong, I come to realize, like, dude, there's levels to the levels. There's levels to business. There's levels to the game. And once these guys were showing me their numbers, they were showing me their P&Ls, they were showing me some of their systems, they were showing me how they build teams with up to 2,000, 3,000 members, you know, employees. I'm like, fuck, bro, like, maybe this whole idea that I built up in my mind of retiring at the age in my mid-20s, maybe it's bullshit, bro. Maybe I gotta get back into the game. So, you know, I enjoyed my last couple years of vacation. I was able to cash out a nice bit of my money through investments and stuff like that, and I was able to enjoy the beach. But when I sit down and I look at these guys that are just like grinding and hustling and building, I'm like, dude, I wanna build again. And you know, I enjoy content. I enjoy talking to you guys. I enjoy us sitting together and having a conversation. Most of you guys watching me now, you see 2,600 people, and you don't realize that, in fact, I was doing these live streams with 10 people many years ago. So you may think that Luke is new around the block, but in fact, you're actually new around the block. I've been doing this for a while. Hence why I've been able to cement my name inside the business world, inside the business space, and I've been able to build phenomenal relationships. You know, I'm on my way to Dubai tomorrow. I'm meeting with 8 and 9 figure entrepreneurs that have been able to succeed. Many of them come from nothing. And we're sitting down for an exclusive series inside Capital Club that you guys will have access to this summer. And I come back as a person that's here to learn. In no way, shape, or form am I going to pretend that I know everything. You know, the moment that you think that you know everything is the moment that you stop growing and you stop learning. And I think that being part of a network and being part of a group of people that sober you up to reality and give you a real paradigm of what is possible in life is a really good thing. So you need to evaluate the people that you surround yourself with. You need to evaluate the people that you listen to, and you need to be able to really be humble. It is often those people that are not humble that, you know, aren't able to achieve many things in life. And I'm not talking about cocky arrogance. You know, you look at somebody that's extremely successful and they've earned their belt per se to trash talk or to say certain things. Yeah, that's cool. But I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the individuals that think they know everything, but their bank account reflects that they know nothing. So if you want to succeed in business, you need to be able to plan. Business plan. If you don't know what a business plan is, go spend some time on YouTube. Like, how do I develop a business plan? How do I develop a viable business model? And understand how to study the market, understand how to study your niche, understand how to create an ideal customer avatar that you can serve. 2, you need to execute. You need to execute on the plans that you are theorizing. And finally, you need to iterate. You know, a lot of you guys are doing the exact same thing that you were doing last year. You need to understand that the market evolves, the market changes, the market is extremely different than it used to be last year, than it used to be the year before. And unless you're able to iterate, right, it's not this idea of evolution of, you know, turning from monkeys to humans, but it's this idea of microevolution of the world is shifting, and unless you evolve with the world, you're going to be left behind. That is what I've kind of learned over the last couple years. So let's do a couple lives here, add a couple people. I don't really know who to add. I don't know any of these profile photos, but if you want me to add you to one of these live streams, you have to have a real profile photo. If you don't have a real profile photo, I can't add you. do a number one, ladies and gentlemen. Do a number one in the chat if you want me to add some